What's up, everybody? My name is Josh LaFleur from Late Start Piano. Today I'm going to be teaching you this chord. I guess we can call it a chord workout. We can call it a warm-up in general, but just a chord drill and exercise to help you focus on working on your inversions. And we're going to be going around the circle of fifths clockwise, and then we're going to end on F. So it's going to be what I just played now. That's what it's going to sound like. If you're interested in learning how to do that, I'm about to teach you right now. So first of all, what did we just do? We started with a C major chord, and then we went all the way around the circle of fifths in a clockwise motion. If you don't know what the circle of fifths is, you should look it up. But it's a way for us to organize keys and a way for us to organize scales in the music world. So we started at C, we went around the circle, and then we ended on just an F chord. So the last thing we played was a C sharp major, which is this, and then we jumped to F. So we did not touch the flat side of the circle of fifths, we just went around the sharp side. And if you're a beginner, if you've never played piano, you're brand new, that's more than enough. Just focus on one side of the circle of fifths at a time, especially if you're an adult beginner as well, just trying to find your way with the piano in general. So with all that being said, we're going to be talking a lot about chords here, chord progressions, and kind of the movement as a whole with what I just did. So slowly, we started on the C major, which is, if you don't know, is C, E, and G. This is middle C on the piano right here. In the right hand, I'm playing an octave up. And with my left hand, again, this is middle C. I'm putting my pinky on this C down here and the thumb on this G. So this is where we're starting. 2-octave distance between the left hand and the right hand. I'm also using the pedal as well. So I added in a little bit of rhythm, but just to start off, we would play C major. Then we would play G major. And how we're going to play G major, in the right hand is we're going to do a chord inversion. If you don't know chord inversions, they're playing chords, but just playing them in a different order. So for example, C major, we had C, E, G. That's in root position. When we play G major, we're going to play it like this. B at the bottom, D in the middle, and G up at the top. That's still G major, it's just voiced differently. It's not in its regular root position, okay? So that's the right hand change. In the left hand, all we're going to do is keep the thumb on G, and we're going to use our ring finger to play this D. So together, that's the first movement, okay? And then you can add, I wouldn't add in rhythm till you feel comfortable, so just play it like this very slowly. And then we're going to move into our next progression. So from here, we're going to keep going around the circle of fifths. We're going to play a D major. So from here in the right hand, we're going to drop the thumb down to A. We can move the middle finger down to D if you want, or you can keep that index, and then with the F sharp, we'll play the pinky. Right? So that's D major. Again, it's an inversion of D major, which is why this exercise is so good, because you're working on chord inversions. So we had C major root position, G major in first inversion. Now we're going to D major in second inversion, A, D, and F sharp. In the left hand, we had C and G, then we had D and G. And then for this one, we're going to leave the D at the bottom and jump the thumb up to an A. So left hand, we have C, G, then we had D, G, and now we're going to have D, A. So together, slowly. And already it sounds pretty good. It's not like a regular warm-up, like some kind of scale. It actually kind of sounds musical as well, which is another reason why I like this exercise. So just one more time, the first three. Then we're going to play an A major. So for the A major, we're going to leave the thumb on A down here. We're going to drop this middle finger down to C sharp, and then we're going to drop the pinky down to E. So this will be in root position, A major. For your left hand, we're going to just leave the thumb on the A here, and we're going to use the middle finger to play the E. Okay? So starting from the beginning. Again, this is the D. we're going to drop this down to A major, A, C sharp, and E. We're going to just jump up with the middle finger in the left hand, E, and then A. So now we have again, it sounds pretty good, sounds musical. I'm also using the pedal. So if you have a sustain pedal, you can use that as you switch chords. Just before you press down, lift up your pedal and then put it right back down. All right, that's going to prevent from this breaking sound like this. If you want it smooth and connected, use that sustain pedal. Again, just before you press down the keys, lift it up slightly and then put your foot back down so we can sustain that noise, sustain the chord as well, so there's no break in between. All right, so we have this. Now we're going to go to E major, which is the next chord going around the circle of fifths. So for E major, in the right hand, we're going to drop the thumb down to G sharp. Index finger will go to B. Pinky will play the E. So that's E major, that's in first inversion. And then the left hand will keep the middle finger down on E and we'll jump up the thumb to B. All right, so we had this. We played the A in root position. And again, we're going to jump right here. And then we'll jump this up to the B. So one more time, starting from the beginning once again. Now from here, we're going to go to the next chord, which is a B major. This one might be a little bit tricky if you're brand new, but this is what we're going to do. In the right hand, we're going to drop the thumb down to F sharp. We're going to drop the middle finger down to B, and then your pinky is going to play D sharp. Your left hand will keep the thumb on B, and the index will go up to F sharp. Okay, so we had like this, and then okay, so one more time from the beginning. C major, and you can say it out loud as you go as well to help you remember the chords, but C major, G major, D major, A, then we had E, and now we're doing B. All right, we're almost done here, so 2 more to go. After this, we're going to play an F sharp. So F sharp from here, in the right hand, we'll leave the thumb, so F sharp. We'll move the middle finger down to A sharp, and the pinky will play C sharp. Now the left hand is going to have a bigger jump, okay? So the left hand is going to move a little bit more. We're going to bump up the thumb to C sharp, and the pinky will play F sharp. So just in fifths. Just like C, we had C and G. The left hand will be F sharp and C sharp. Okay, so from the beginning, move a little bit quicker. Oh, here we go. Here comes the F sharp. And one more, we're going to go to C sharp, and then we'll have rotated completely around the circle. So we had the F sharp, fifth in the left hand, root position in the right hand. For the C sharp in the right hand, we're going to drop the thumb down to E sharp. Here's E sharp, which is just F. So you can play F with the thumb in the right hand. We'll play G sharp with the index finger, which is right here, and then we'll use the pinky to play C sharp. In the left hand, what we're going to do is leave the thumb on C sharp, and we'll use the ring finger to play the G sharp. Okay, so we had root position F sharp. In the right hand, again, we're dropping down to F. Index plays G sharp, pinky C sharp. Left hand, we're going to leave the thumb, and then we'll use the ring finger to play G sharp. So that's C sharp, and then from here, all we're going to do is end on a root position F chord. So fifth in the left hand, and then just F, A, C in the right hand. Okay, and just to run through those chords again, so C major, C, E, G. We had G major, which we're playing as B, D, and G. Then we had D major, which we're playing as A, D sharp, and F sharp, A, D, and F sharp. Then we had A major, which is A, C sharp, and E. Then we're playing E, which is G sharp, B, and E. Then we had B major, F sharp, B, D sharp. Then we had F sharp major, which is F sharp, A sharp, C sharp. Last one, we had C sharp major, which is E sharp, which is this E sharp, G sharp, and C sharp. And then F major, F, A, C. All right, so a little bit faster now. And then we're done. This exercise is really good because, first of all, it makes you think. You have to actually use your brain and think about, okay, I'm playing a G first inversion. How is that voice? What does that look like? What are the notes? You're going to have to learn all of your chords in the right hand, how to play them in different positions, root position, first inversion, second inversion, all of that. You're also working on hand coordination because your left hand, you're playing fifth sometimes you might be playing fourth, sometimes you might be thirds, it might be a little bit different. You might be using different fingers compared to what your right hand is playing. So you're working on your hand coordination, you're working on your music theory, you're working on your ear because you're understanding what these chords sound like in relation to one another. There's a lot of good things that are going on just by this simple exercise. And again, you can start really slow, just do it one hand at a time if you need to do that. You can also just play it very slow like this, like we did initially, right? And then as you get going, you can start adding a little bit of rhythm. Right? And keep going that way as well. You don't have to play that exact rhythm, you can make up your own. Maybe you kind of like arpeggiate this, right? Do something like that. You can do even octaves in this hand or arpeggios up to one octave. Then you can go down to G, then maybe D, A, right? You can kind of make it up, you can make it your own. This is just one example of how you can do it if you're just starting off, but really you can do whatever you want with this exercise. You can get creative and you make up your own thing. This is just to kind of help you, give you some kind of idea just to start off with when you're new to piano. But again, this exercise is going to be really helpful. You can use it as a warm-up. It sounds musically. You're going to be working on your music theory, your hand coordination. It's going to get the blood flowing. It's going to be really helpful for you, especially if you're brand new at the piano. And if this helped, if you like what I shared with you here, I do have a free PDF. It's a free guide on my website, www.latestartpiano. The link is in the description to my channel. This guide is about 34 essential tips that brand new adults need to know when first starting the piano. It's going to help you play songs faster. It's going to help you play songs easier. And it's going to help you avoid a lot of the pitfalls that I made learning the piano within my first year. If you're interested in this guide, again, it's on my website, latestartpiano.com. Click on that big bright button on that page, enter in your name and email address, and you will have instant access to that free guide. Again, my name is Josh LaFleur, and happy practicing.